I'm Willy Lucas. We're in Home Hill, which is a little place called Osborne outside of Home Hill, approximately 8 k's. The farm we grow cane on 186 hectares. I myself has been farming here for approximately 20 years, which is, I started before the contract spraying and sort of led into the farm after that. It started off with my grandmother's uncle owned this farm. It was bought in 1936 by my grandfather, and then Dad come on. He grew 2,000 tonne to make support his family. Then my father grew about 8,000 tonne to support his, and now I'm growing 22,000 tonne to support my family. Yeah, the role my family has on the farm is they do a hell of a lot of work for me. Without them, it's a family business. My wife at the moment's on the tractor while I'm sitting here in front of the camera. My son's on the tractor at the back. The wife does all the bookwork, and but yeah, it's a family-orientated business. We work together to strive for a financial outcome and a good game for life. We used to be high water use. In 15 years, we used to use 45 megs a hectare. So the changes we've gone is from full cultivation down to part cultivation, and then which involved we used to cultivate only plant and first returns. Then we've gone into minimum cultivation, and now we've gone back to cultivating when we need to. And that's at a very minimal, that's normally when it's cut in the wet. It was to use less water was one of our biggest challenges. As I said before, we used 45 megalitres a hectare 15 years ago. We've reduced that down to 15 megalitres over going to minimum tillage and things like that. But I still got a big problem. I want to bring it down to 10 megs. That's what I'd like to bring it to. And that's my challenge at this stage, so that we get hardly any water going into the underground, and I've got another one that's on heavy clays, and so we get minimum runoff. Actually, we would like to bring it to nearly nothing in irrigation terms. We can see the nutrients and pesticides and things like that are definitely must be leaving the farm. So if we can cut our water use down, it's got to solve that problem. I want to keep it on my farm. I don't see the sense in wasting it. I want to be able to use every drop, every gram of fertiliser I put on. I want all them to be used on my farm, not on someone else's farm. We've done huge amounts of laser levelling. We've cut 7 blocks into 1 block. Then we've shortened that block into half and created less runs. And that's all to do with getting water down at an efficient time. And adding all that laser levelling with this new automated telemetry, I think we're going to be on a win situation. With our automated system, this part of the valve was the most important part, because without a slow moving valve, we get extreme water hammer. And so this particular one, it's a linear actuator pushing on a 12-inch aluminium greens valve. It opens up extremely slow, as I'll demonstrate. And as it opens, the water starts to flow. And I haven't got it remotely set up as yet, but that is the plan in the future. So at this stage, it all goes very slow, and then no flapping of the plastic, which is a huge thing, because if it opens too quick, it can suck cups in, and that's just about perfect. And as you can see, the ram, the linear actuator, is just about fully opened. And it's got a micro switch built inside it, and when it reaches its full stroke, it just switches off, waiting for its next signal.
Okay, sourcing the automation equipment's been quite challenging. A big part of this process was trying to get something that was low cost. One of the big problems that they've been talking about is getting the signal through the cane. As you can see, the density of the cane poses an issue with any radio frequencies. We're currently working on some different systems to try and build a complete unit. We start off back at the farmhouse or the shed with a base station. So each installation will require its own base station, which is connected to internet. From there we have a big base antenna which will communicate down to the paddock. Down in the paddock we'll have a field module located at each butterfly valve and at each pump, so they can do the controlling. Down in the paddock itself, we're looking at trying to install field sensors or end of row sensors, which need to be located in the paddock for a number of years and live up to our harsh environments.
The expected outcome will be that I will definitely get some sleep at night. We'll have no runoff to the reef. Our labour costs will come down. And the whole story of it all is it will be very good for business and very good for lifestyle.
So the economic analysis will examine the profitability between the two blocks. So you have two blocks very similar to each other, similar soils. One block has the irrigation, telemetry and automation, and the other one doesn't. We'll take that all into account, and we'll be able to examine your profitability between the two systems over each of those years, and we'll be able to come up with, as I said, the viability of that investment.
Well, the whole benefit of it is less runoff, keeping fertilisers and chemicals all on my place, not going to the reef. That is the main thing that we are trying to achieve.